Alright, time to be racist. I already showed you the ones from earlier. And, well, I started off like that. Let me, just go like this. And, did I miss one? No. Nope. Freaking crazy. People versus Mark Bowen guilty on all counts. See, I'm not too certain what that case was. I think that was a white guy in a child abuse case, but here we go.
A frightening attempted kidnapping as a mother walked with her children in Queens.
A stranger grabs her 5-year-old son right off the sidewalk and then tries to drive off. CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis spoke to that mother today. She's live in Richmond Hill with more on this. Jenna.
Christina, Dick, there's really no other way to describe this than a parent's worst nightmare. It happened here on Hillside Avenue. The mother was walking on the sidewalk with her kids when one of the suspects swooped in. Shocking surveillance video shows the man getting out of a parked car, running toward the family, and snatching the little boy. His mother and her 2 other kids rushed to the car, trying to get in, but it was locked.
Oh my God! When the mom, oh my God, it's
Real tough guy. And so, yeah, I'm not even too sure what a Dylan Redwine is.
Get 2% cash back or earn up to 5%.
Right now at 5:30, a significant spike in shoplifting being seen across the nation and here at home. Welcome back. I'm Dick Brennan.
And I'm Christine Johnson. They're not petty crimes. Experts say that they are highly organized and retailers are losing millions of dollars in high-end goods.
On Long Island, one beauty chain store has been hit more than 2 dozen.
Tonight, some new videos showing the heartless thief who stole a scooter from a 6-year-old boy in Brooklyn. This happened last week on 12th Avenue and 36th Street in Borough Park. You can see the man rip the scooter out of the boy's hands and then ride off. But community leaders and the NYPD 66 precinct couldn't let the boy go without a scooter. So they teamed up with a local toy store to present him with a brand new scooter and helmet.
Nice job.
Real tough guy, too. I think I stopped the last one at the kidnapping. So we're all squared away.
Trash has been piling up in Mount Vernon after a state of emergency was declared by the mayor there. She says the entire fleet of sanitation trucks had to be pulled off the road over safety concerns. CBS 2's Kevin Rincon.
Well, that's crazy. I'm sorry, just kind of curious about that one.
A nearly 2-year-long FBI investigation came to a dramatic end this week in Northeast Albuquerque. Authorities say the man who was shot and killed by FBI agents on Wednesday was a prominent Southeast Albuquerque gang leader tied to drugs, guns, and prostitution. News 13's Francesca Washington is here with details.
According to a federal court search warrant, 31-year-old Marquez Floyd was a leader in a Bloods-affiliated gang called KTP. Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina says the 2019 murder of UNM baseball player Jackson Weller prompted the 20-month-long investigation into KTP after a member of that gang was arrested and charged for Weller's murder.
That was the catalyst when we really identified the group and started really focusing and looking at them. It took us some time to get the resources in place.
This week, FBI agents were attempting to serve a search warrant on Floyd near Wyoming and Northeastern when the shootout began. Unsealed court documents say Floyd was trafficking guns and drugs from his stash house near Central and Tramway, and Floyd had been on the FBI's radar for nearly 2 years. In the last 12 days, FBI investigators got a tip that Floyd posted multiple firearms for sale that included AR-15 rifles and AK-47s.
And police tonight looking for the suspects who attacked and robbed a man of religious items as he was walking to synagogue in Brooklyn. This assault was caught on camera. Video showing 2 suspects approaching the 41-year-old victim and then punching him in the face. Police say it happened just before 6 o'clock this morning on New York Avenue in the Flatland section. All of the victim's property has been recovered except for a religious cloak. The NYPD's hate crime task force is investigating.
Freaking don't mess with the Jews, man. They'll come after you. That's Semitic. I'm just saying, freaking, they're strong people. We're almost done. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen too much other real crime. Nothing extreme from Whitey.
Roswell man is charged with murdering his grandfather. 19-year-old Joel Hernandez was arrested last week. Investigators say Hernandez got upset after his grandfather told him to get a job. They say Hernandez grabbed a knife and stabbed him. When his grandmother tried to get Hernandez to stop, he punched her. Yesterday, a judge ruled that Hernandez will not be allowed out on bail.
Real tough guy. Is he Mexican or? I mean, I'm sorry, maybe I'm racist. I don't know what he is. I think he might be black.
Attention men over 45, there's a 15-second trick.
Together the chain of events in a horrifying and deadly police pursuit in Chesapeake. We are hearing from witnesses of this dangerous end of the chase. We had you covered on this story last night at 11 o'clock in the Greenbrier section of the city. 2 people died when police say Ishmael Seymour crashed into another car, and now he is charged with murder. 10 on your side's Andy Fox walks us through what happened.
It hit it so hard, all you saw was glass and smoke.
This eyewitness who saw the victims after the T-bone crash doesn't want to be identified.
I proceeded to get out the car and run from her car sitting at Crossway Boulevard to aid the people. He was laid counterclockwise over his wife's lap.
The woman had a slight pulse but died at hospital. The man, no pulse, died on scene. Here's how it happened. Chesapeake police report around 6:07, the suspect passes one of their officers on this off-ramp from 64 onto Greenbrier Parkway. And that's when the police officer begins the pursuit down Greenbrier. The suspect then will exit here into Crossway Center, making his way back to Jarman. All of this happens within 1 mile. The suspect then comes up here to Jarman Road, blows through a red light. 23-year-old Ishmael Seymour T-bones the victim's car.
And then the car came to a complete stop on the rest right there in front of Grand's.
The eyewitness says Seymour takes off running.
The airbags had deployed, but before that and stuff, he stopped. There won't nothing, and then he jumps out the car and proceeded running. He didn't have no remorse, none whatsoever.
And the eyewitness is a key witness, and the images can't be erased.
Every time I close my eyes, that's all I see is that Audi hitting that Honda, and all this smoke coming from that and glass splattering, and the guy is appalled, and this guy emerged from this vehicle and take off running into the parking lot. That's all I see.
As for Seymour, in jail without bond, back in court. And now we're following up to a kidnapping case from Central Virginia that reached Hampton Roads. This morning,
Takara Reed pleaded guilty to abduction and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Reed was accused of taking 3-month-old Jariah Cherry from a home in Newport News back in February. After a day-long search, both were found in Chesterfield County. Reed faces up to 11 years in prison when she's sentenced in October.
And that, my friends, is Black people.
Let's face it, being served with a restraining...
Record-breaking heat and the fire heat fueling more than across to the north home moments before his arrest. Late today, Sherman in court on multiple charges, and tonight his new statement just in. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth with the video obtained by Como News in Seattle.
Former Super Bowl champion Richard Sherman appearing in court today, holding hands with his wife.
Enter pleas of not guilty to all of the charges.
Pleading not guilty to 5 misdemeanor charges after an early morning altercation at his in-laws' Seattle area home earlier this week. This surveillance video obtained by Como News appearing to show Sherman allegedly trying to break into his in-laws' home. Prosecutors say his father-in-law was so afraid he had a handgun at the ready and sprayed Sherman with bear mace. Earlier that night, Sherman's wife calling 911, telling dispatchers her husband was drunk and belligerent and was threatening to kill himself.
I need officers to my house now.
According to law enforcement, Sherman drove away, crashing his car before ending up at his in-laws' door. The charges against the 33-year-old free agent ranging from domestic violence, driving under the influence, to second-degree criminal trespassing and resisting arrest. Sherman, a 5-time Pro Bowl cornerback, breaking his silence on social media, writing in part, "I'm deeply remorseful for my actions on Tuesday night. I behaved in a manner I'm not proud of. The importance of mental and emotional health is extremely real, and I vow to get the help I need."
Well, we all know he didn't write that. And that, my friends, is the violent news.